What's up, YouTube? Colossal Tugboat back with part 2 on the Indianapolis Colts rebuild. Year 1 did not go the way that we thought it would, so we are definitely looking to improve on year 2. Some new faces, some familiar faces. Definitely hoping for a better result than we had last season. Before we get too far in the video, appreciate all the support we've been getting. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff if you enjoyed the video. Follow all the socials down low. I got to get a little bit better about keeping active on them. I've just been pretty busy. Do that, and then, of course, Raise Rebellion. Give them a look at raiseenergy.com. I can offer you any suggestions on flavors. Use code Colossal Tugboat at checkout. Much appreciated. And let's get into this video, all right? So the offense, we're looking at Isaiah Cole, rookie out of California. Not too bad stats. We're going to go ahead and start him over Jacob Eason. I just didn't see enough out of Eason to really trust him going forward. Is he going to be much of an upgrade? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Definitely doesn't have quite the arm strength that Eason does have. Let's see what the rookie gives us. What's the worst that's going to happen? We're going to get the first overall pick again. Jonathan Taylor, we really need to get him going. And Nyheim Hines, I don't know why they can't seem to run behind this offensive line, but it's just they did terrible last year. The whole offense did. Michael Pittman took over as the #1 receiver with Zach Pascal. We bring back Paris Campbell in the slot after his injury season this year. And then we have rookie Isaiah Rich. We got decent wide receivers. Could definitely use an improvement in there. All in all, not too bad. Offensive line, the exact same as last season. We did bring in Jeffries here, the rookie. If Costanzo gives up a bunch of sacks at the midseason point, and we're not doing too hot, I'm just going to pull him. I'm going to put Jeffries up in there, just give him as much experience as I can. At tight end, we still got Jack Doyle. We still got Mo Alley Cox. We are solid there, no worries. Defensively, we got Yannick Ngakoue. We brought in DeForest Buckner, Andrew Billings, who we brought in, and then, of course, Montez Sweat, who, if you missed it in episode 1, we traded Marlon Mack and Malik Hooker for their first-round pick, they being the football team. And then we traded Phillip Rivers and Trey Burton for Montez Sweat. Kind of an odd trade, but just getting rid of all the people that we weren't going to bring back anyways. Got a pretty reshaped defensive line. Moved off of Justin Houston, picked up Yannick Ngakoue, much younger, better dev, about the same overall. I'll take it. Brought in Desmond King in free agency, moved him from strong safety, which he's been playing, to cornerback, going to be our #1 corner. We got Kenny Moore still in the slot, and then Rock Yassin. Also brought in Charvarius Ward to help fill out the depth. Former rookie, now second-year player, Julian Blackman, taking over the starting free safety position after we moved off of Malik Hooker last season. So looking for more improvement out of him. Bobby Okariki's up to a star, 77. Anthony Walker didn't really improve that much, actually, but he's still holding strong there at the middle linebacker. And, of course, Darius Leonard at the left outside linebacker. Let's go ahead and jump to the regular season, set our goal, and get along our way. I think our goal for this season is going to be it's going to be make the playoffs again. I think we've gotten a little bit better. At least the defense should be able to carry us if the offense can just put some points on the board. So let's go ahead and get into year 2. Sim to the mid-season point, see how things are going. See if we need to make any moves. But again, just like last season, I'm not really planning on trading anybody. I like the roster we got here. All right, so coming out of week 7, picked up a nice win against the Steelers, 24-21. Paris Campbell has a breakout game. He needs 2 touchdowns or 100-plus yards. Trying to get that star dev. Very nice. We're still 2-4. We got a good win last week, but it's just still not good enough. Taking a look at players ready to negotiate. Darius Leonard. Normally, I would say we need to look at stats, but Darius, we're going to re-sign you no matter what. Braden Smith, we're going to re-sign you for sure. He's happy, so we'll come back to the table on Darius. Kamoko Toure, we don't really need. I do like Nyheim Hines. He brings a lot to the table for the receiving out of the backfield. Mark Lewinsky, I'll go ahead and re-sign him. Not been terrible. It's just a 2-year deal, so we will see how that goes beyond there. Most of those other guys, though, I think will be good to move off of. So we'll come back to the table on Darius. Let's check out the stats, see how our quarterback and rest of team is doing. Kind of like last year, the Titans are 4-3 at the top, 3-4, 3-4, 2-4. So we're not really out of it by any means, but we got to pick up our game now. 28th in passing yards, but we do have better touchdown production. Only 11 sacks. Jonathan Taylor just cannot run the ball. Apparently, I don't understand that one bit. 307 yards and 1 touchdown. Jack Doyle, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns. Paris Campbell, 301 with 4. And Pittman, 296 with 3. So our young receivers doing pretty well. Pascal not doing too much. Kenny Moore leading the team with 49 tackles. A-Walk with 42. TFLs, we got 10 from DeForest Buckner. Sack-wise, Montez Sweat with 4. Yannick Ngakoue, 3. 2.5 Buckner. 2 Bobby Okereke. Billings, 1. And so on. Again, doing pretty good job getting to the passer. Desmond King with 2 interceptions. And Anthony Walker with 1. So seems to be a good pickup. And King has also forced a fumble and has a fumble recovery. So that is nice. Darius Leonard has 2 forced fumbles. So the team is doing very well. From a statistic, from the defensive side, the offensive side still just not doing a damn thing. So we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs. We need to make sure we get Darius a good deal once we get to the playoffs or after we get eliminated if we do make it. Because if we don't, he's going to hit free agency. If he tries to, I'll franchise tag him. I mean, he's not going anywhere, but I just want to go ahead and get it taken care of now. So we turned it around and we made the playoffs at 8-8. We won our division. I guess switching to the Colts playbook made the difference. 19th in passing yards, 11th in touchdowns. Pretty good year from Isaiah Cole there. 3,922 yards, 31 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not bad for a rookie. Jonathan Taylor still couldn't figure out how to run the ball, but I guess he was splitting time with Naheem Hines. I mean, between the two of them, 1,100, almost 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. Jack Doyle led the team in catches with 75. 903 yards also led the team. 8 touchdowns, so Jack had a great year. Paris Campbell, 64 catches, almost 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pittman, 803 with 6, had 71 grabs, and Pascal didn't do too bad too. So benefited from having a better quarterback for sure. Still would like to see most of those numbers go up, but there's Costanzo giving up 15 sacks. Kenny Moore led the team with 112 tackles, the only one on the team with over 100 tackles. DeForest Buckner finished with 21 TFLs. That is impressive. Montez Sweat led the team with 10.5 sacks. So 2 years in, he's led the team in sacks both years. I think we made a pretty good decision on that trade. DeForest Buckner had 7. I'd still like to see more out of him, but I'll take it. Ngakoue was 7. Tyquan Lewis, 3.5. Okereke, 3. So on, so on. Our rookie only had 2.5. He just didn't play that much. Again, he was just kind of depth. Interceptions, Desmond King had 3, so good pickup there. A-Walk had 2, Kenny had 2, and then Bobby, Kari, Charvarius, and Julian Blackman all had 1. Fumbles, we forced 5. Darius with the 2, Desmond, Montez Sweat, and Deshaun Davis. Defense really put it on this year. Offense turned it around second half of the season. I think we finally found the playbook that might work for us. Still room for improvement, though, on the offense. So we take on the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs. So let's take a look as we always do. We are in 86 overall. They are in 84. They're probably going to kick our ass, but it is what it is. We have no X factors, but we do have Quentin Nelson, DeForest Buckner, and Darius Leonard all as our superstars. The Bengals do not have an X factor, and they have Joe Mixon, Geno Atkins, and Joe Burrow as their superstars. Pretty even on the superstar ratio, 3-3. Be interesting to see how this game plays out. It'll be either the Bengals offense kills us somehow, or our defense really shuts them down. At Lucas Oil Stadium for the first round of the playoffs, wild card matchup between the Colts and the Bengals. Should be an interesting game. Let's see. I'm going to try and jump in as little as possible because I want it to be natural. Until it comes down to the last season or two, I really want it to be that my team actually wins it and I don't just fucking lead them there myself. So I want the feeling that we built a team. So let's see if we can not keep it to a 10-10 score at half. But our offense isn't doing too bad. Our defense is really just not stopping them. Joe Burrow's kind of doing whatever he wants, but we are getting a pretty good response. I mean, they're just driving down the field almost instantly. Ours seems to be a little bit slower and methodical. Tie game with about 2 minutes left. Big third down. I wasn't going to make the stop. I wasn't going to jump in. Game is on the line. Make a big stop here. Oh, we're down. We're on defense. I guess let's see if we can make a play happen, but I wouldn't expect too much out of me. I'm not good at the defense. Oh. Yeah, that's why we don't play defense. And that's going to be it for the playoffs in Season 1. I can already tell you that right now. Should have just let the AI take over, but it's okay. We were going to lose anyways. So Joe Burrow had his absolute freaking way with us. 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. Isaiah Cole with 2 touchdowns, 2 INTs. Rough game for the rookie. Jonathan Taylor had almost 80 yards rushing. Naheem Hines with 30 and a touchdown. Pittman had 90 yards. Jack Doyle and Mo Alley Cox with our 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Desmond King had 10 tackles. Darius had 10. Walker, Tyquan McNeil, and DeForest Buckner all finished with a sack. And Desmond King had our lone interception. So, team put up a valiant effort, honestly. They were there the whole time. Just that Bengals offense, never thought I'd say it, but that Bengals offense was just very potent against this defense and just instantly drove them down the field. We'd take a good chunk of time off the clock, and they'd drive right down the field without taking any time off the clock and score. So it is what it is. Better team, I think, won, but we made the playoffs. We hit our goal. So let's go ahead and move into year 3. Got that chip off our shoulder. At least we made the playoffs. We need to re-sign Darius, get him back here. I mean, he's an X factor now. We gotta. I mean, that's too easy right there. Too easy of a decision. Even if he wasn't an X factor, I'd still pay this man all the money in the world. 89 overall. He's happy. He's back. Costanzo, we're going to move off of 34 and 79 overall. Teray, I appreciate it, but we got plenty. Let's check out the yearly awards before I get too far. We already checked out the stats. Super Bowl was a rematch between the Giants and the Patriots. And just like the last 2 times with Eli Manning, the Giants were victorious. So let's check out those yearly awards. I feel like we might have had 1 or 2 in contention. Of course, Colin Kaepernick is on the list for MVP with the Broncos. Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP. And the AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cam Newton. We have no one. Defensive Player of the Year, we have no one, but it goes to Jayon Brown. Isaiah Cole, our quarterback, wins Rookie of the Year. For offense, very nice, very nice, very nice. Defensively, goes to Alex Farrow. Best quarterback, we got 9th. Not bad. We're not even close on best running back. Best wide receiver, Paris Campbell was on there. Quentin won best offensive lineman. Very nice. Defensive line, DeForest Buckner was there, as well as Montez Sweat. Linebacker, no one. Defensive backs, no one. Come on, Rex Specs. What kind of malarkey is this? I was about to end the rebuild right there and restart one because we don't have Rodrigo Blankenship on the roster. All right, now to take free agency serious.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more.
Again, we could pick, like I said at the beginning of the video, we could pick up a right tackle right here, like Orlando Brown or McGlinchey, and move Braden Smith inside. Bobby Okereke, we see there, is up to a star. That's pretty dope. For week 1 of free agency, and really the only 2 people I can really see us going for in free agency, we're going to go after Michael Gallup. We really need help at wide receiver, I think. We just need like a really good option. I think we got solid players, but we just really need one that should kind of take over. Thinking Michael Gallup being an elite receiver in the league is maybe not the best idea, but he's the best one we got here. So we're going to take it. We're going to run with it, see what we can do. And then sign Dallas Goedert. Like I said, I think Jack's only got a year or 2 left, and he's definitely an upgrade over Mo Alley Cox. So see if he bites. If he doesn't, I'm not that worried about it. There is other tight ends available in this class that aren't bad, like David Njoku. Hayden Hurst is there, who's a little bit older, but I mean, is a solid option. So we'll see what happens. We did get Gallup, but Goddard did not want to come to Indianapolis. And again, that's fine. Montez Sweat, 5-year, 5th-year option. I think we should pick it up for sure. We're going to have to re-sign Quentin this offseason, so we'll put that off another year. And he's been solid for us. He's been performing. Led the team in sacks both years so far, so I'll take that. Go ahead and advance it 1 more week. He did accept it, like I said, take a week or 2, but he came around. So we've got a solid extra option at tight end there. And let's see what this draft's got in store for us, baby. So draft recap coming out of year 2. We took 4 players because this draft, believe it or not, was actually just as bad, if not worse, than the first draft. So there wasn't a single quarterback like we saw, which I don't think we really needed to take a quarterback, but just to put it in perspective how bad it was. I mean, the first overall pick that I had, I took a cornerback. Not a bad player, but I was just kind of like, I was just taking who I thought would be the best player there. Took a right guard that shouldn't have really gone in the first round, but not bad. But just again, I didn't know who to take. Wide receiver, 71 overall, and then we took a 66 overall middle linebacker. At that point, I was just tired of seeing all the red on the screen. There was just no real good leads on anybody. Everybody went really, like, it was just so top heavy that just, it went fast before we even got a pick. So we literally traded rounds 4. We had 2 fourths, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. We traded all of those basically up around. The 4ths turned into 3rds next year, and the 5th turned into a 4th, the 6th turned into 5th, 7th, 6th. So we stocked up. We're going to have like double the picks next year, and really just hope that next year's draft is a deep one because we are not finding anything these first 2. Let's go ahead and get into year 3. Give one more look at the team once we get here. Team's up to an 86 overall, 87 on offense. I think that was an 86 defense. Quarterback still normal dev up to a 74. Eason's up to a 70. Jonathan Taylor really needs to figure out how to run the damn ball. Picked up Michael Gallup. Hopefully he can help reignite this offense. Lost Costanza, but picked up Jeffries, so we're probably going to give up a ton of sacks out of the left tackle position. Mark Lewinsky's still there for now. We do have Pinter, and we have Calhoun, who we drafted. We might actually start some point soon. Jack Doyle did regress pretty hard, so we are going to start Hayden Hurst. Jack's still going to be involved, I would imagine, just not as heavily. So kind of a good call on picking up a tight end there because I wasn't really expecting that. Defensive line, the exact same as last year, had pretty good production, looking to improve on it, but I mean, even if we get the same production we had, I'm okay with that. Desmond King, still number 1 corner. Kenny Moore, Rocky Sean, Charvarius Ward, Marvell Tell. Literally nothing's changed on the defense besides the dev traits, baby. Our 2 linebackers are really eating it up with Bobby Okereke and Darius Leonard. Anthony Walker's still just chilling there, but he is still a solid option, so I'm just going to let him keep doing his thing. Kari Willis hanging in there at strong safety. Julian Blackman doing all right. So our goal is going to be, again, in year 3 to make the playoffs. I don't think we're ready to compete for a Super Bowl, but I do think that we should be able to make the playoffs given the overall of this team. Let's go ahead and get to mid-season, see how things are shaping up, and hopefully we're playoff bound again. Going into our bye week, I can't see what our record is right there, but we have a shit ton of upgrades. Throw those on. Mark Lewinsky wants to talk to me about the bye week. I'm good. I want to know more about my contract situation. Quentin Nelson, give him the moon, give him the galaxy, give him the stars. He wants more money. He's going to get more money. Kari Willis has been pretty solid for us, but I am going to hold off on him for right now. Rock Yassine's been very solid. I will re-sign him. I like the dev trait we got going there. Not bad. Charvarius Ward, we can kind of take a look back at that later. Same with Billings. Jack, appreciate everything you've done for the Colts, but you're just regressing too hard. I'm going to have to let you go. Bobby Okereke up to a superstar. Definitely re-signing him. Paris Campbell, I would like to re-sign. Need to re-sign Goggles. Other than that, though, get Quentin what he wants first and then kind of make some decisions from there. Up to an 88 offense, 85 defense. We are 2-5. So just not doing a damn thing. Quarterback, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Not great. Jonathan Taylor, only 430 yards, 4 touchdowns. Michael Gallup, doing all right. 435, 1 touchdown. Pittman, meh. Hayden Hurst, yeah. Whole team just meh. Left tackle's giving up a ton of sacks, as expected. Darius Leonard finally leading the team in tackles. Kari Willis right behind him. Montez Sweat with 8 TFLs at the halfway point. DeForest with 7. Leading sacks is DeForest Buckner with 6.5. And Ngakwe 5.5. 4.5 for Montez Sweat. 1.5 for Bobby Okereke. Desmond King, we're already with 3 picks. 2 for Rocky Sean, 1 for Darius, 1 for Kenny, and forced fumbles. We have actually none this season. What seems to be the norm, the defense is showing up. We're 12th in offensive yards and doesn't say in defensive yards, so I'm Not sure what that really means, but we're just not scoring points. I need to get that figured out. I'm going to advance it 1 week so I can offer Quentin another go at his contract. There we go. Quentin Nelson is locked up. Kari Willis, again, we said we were going to come back on. Paris Campbell, I'd like to re-sign. He's good. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the regular season, see how we finish up. It's not looking too good. We're 2-5, taking on the 6-1 Cowboys. I'm sure that's going to be an L, but let's see if we can rebound. And we didn't. We did get a weekly award. Isaiah Cole, 4 touchdowns. He's playing. He's doing his thing. He's not doing too bad. Not really equating to team wins, it looks like. Finished 6-10, which was good enough for second. Middle of the pack to lower tier on the quarterback spectrum here from Isaiah Cole. Just shy of 4,000 yards, but only 29 touchdowns, 13 picks. Not very good. Jonathan Taylor actually got close to 1,000 yards, so I'll take it. Only 5 touchdowns, though. Not very good. Michael Gallup, 77 catches for 919 yards, 7 touchdowns. Hayden Hurst, almost 900 yards with 7 touchdowns. Pittman, 3, 702. Paris Campbell had 7 touchdowns on the year. And Jack Doyle, in limited time, still caught 4 touchdowns. From a blocking standpoint, rookie really got welcomed to the NFL really fast. Darius Leonard had 95 tackles. Okereke with 86. TFL's, our defensive line, just 8, man. They just absolutely freaking feasted. 13.5 sacks from DeForest Buckner, 12 from Ngakoue, 8.5 from Montez Sweat. Picking up Ngakoue and trading for Sweat were 2 of the best decisions I think we've made in one of these rebuilds. Again, it's not really equating to wins, but the stats that they're putting up is pretty nice. Desmond King had 4 picks, A-Walk with 3, Leonard 2, Rock 2, Kenny Moore 2, and Blackman and Willis both with 1. Did anybody have a fumble? It looks like there's a couple. Kari and Julian Blackman both forced a fumble. So a 32nd in offensive yards once again. 4th in defensive yards. Cam Newton, for I think the second time in 3 years, wins the MVP. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cam Newton. We had no one. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Dante Hightower. We had no one. Rookie of the Year, no one. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no one. Best quarterback, nope. Best running back, nope. Best wide receiver, nope. O-line, Quentin was there. D-line, DeForest Buckner, Yannick Ngakoue are 2 and 3, and Montez Sweat is 8. Linebackers, nope. DBs, Desmond King made it. And kicker, no rec specs. Kansas City Chiefs beat the Dallas Cowboys by 1 in the Super Bowl. I think I'm going to go ahead and re-sign Kari Willis. No, I'm not. We don't have any money, so there's that. We will need to find a strong safety in the draft, or get really creative with the positioning of our players. We're just going to go ahead and sim to the draft. Not even going to look at who's in free agency. Go ahead and get this draft going. We have the 10th overall pick. I really hope this draft is much deeper than it has been. So draft recap, coming out of year 3, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I literally took the first 2, maybe 3 picks, and I just simmed the rest because this draft class was just as bad as the last 2. I think Madden, with the update they released the other day, absolutely nerfed the crap out of their their generated draft classes, and there's just no one available. So I'm not having any fun drafting. For this pick right here, defensive tackle, all the way down, we're just auto drafted players. They're gonna pick the best things that I need, and just a lot better off than me trying to guess myself. So we took a middle linebacker there, 87 speed, 89 acceleration. Looked like a pretty solid linebacker. Took a strong safety to try and help fill in, cornerback, and then defensive tackle, wide receiver, so on and so forth. Literally nobody to write home about. I guess I can check and see if any of these guys had any kind of a dev trait, but I highly doubt it. That was what was really fun the first few rebuilds, was actually being able to build a team through the draft, and now this one you just can't. I hope you enjoyed this video more than I enjoyed playing it. We made the playoffs one year, got kicked out right away, but just didn't even have a good draft either year. And then this season was just a disaster, and then you can't even draft right. This is not how I expected this rebuild to go. Thank you again for checking out the video. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Be sure and subscribe. Be sure and drop a like on all the social media followings down below. I would really appreciate that. And then, of course, Raise Energy. Give them a check out. Use code Colossal Tugboat at checkout in order to save some money on your Raise Energy products. And until the next time, take it easy.